Well, well, well. It looks like I am now the only content creator that shows up in a virtual car. Don't know if the Lamborghini Diablo is going to be making any more appearances for the foreseeable future, if you guys know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. AEW Dynamite, though. Man, oh man, I wish I wasn't taking the Mustang to the venue tonight, man. JD wishes he was asleep. That's what this show almost did to me tonight. Everybody's ready, man. Everybody's getting ready for great pro wrestling on Sunday night, man. Who gives a shit? I am bored. I am tired. I am tired of expecting to care. The Forbidden Door concept has reached its limit. It wasn't all bad tonight, though. We'll talk about the good, we'll talk about the bad, we'll talk about the downright boring when I get to the venue. Jesse's already there. I don't know what he's doing. I think he fell asleep tonight, quite honestly. Anyway, when I get there, man, listen, it was hot today. It's been hot all week. You need a nice refresher, man. You need a nice adult cold beverage. We got him at the venue. And when I get there, hopefully you're drinking one, and when I get there, I want to know on this Wednesday night, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for June 26th, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Wednesday night, wherever you may be. As always, joined by my co-host, the Chi-Town Smark himself, Jesse. What is going on, man?
What's going on, brother?
You ready for Forbidden Door, bro? You ready to walk through the Forbidden Door?
Man, I'm ready. I'm ready to experience the NYC, man. Because in 2 days, I'll be touchdowning in the NYC for the first time, man.
That's great. That's great.
Can't wait, man. I can't wait to experience what you guys have to offer.
So what you're telling me is I get to close the forbidden door right in your face when you show up.
Yeah, man.
Great.
You can't close the forbidden door, bro.
Fantastic.
I got a lot to see, man. I want to see what this talent
What you got to see? What do you got to see? We got nothing here.
Yeah, I want to see what the whole big hoopla is all about, man.
Where you go, man? You're going to be a typical tourist? You're going to go to the Statue of Liberty? You're going to go see the Freedom Tower? Where you going to go?
I'm not going to lie, the term Statue of Liberty never entered my head until you just said it.
You're going to go visit Times Square, man? You're going to walk around all the other tourists? Huh?
I might go walk Times Square, though. I might do that.
Jesus Christ, what a shithole, man.
My hotel's right there, so what else is there?
When you see the cosplayers dressed as fucking third-rate Spider-Man, you know you're in Times Square.
I heard about the Times Square Spider-Man. Is there just one, or is there a bunch of them?
No, there's Mickey Mouse, there's Minnie Mouse. Man, if you get to see Naked Cowboy, man, I don't know what he's looking like nowadays, but listen, man, you know where you are when you start to see the fucking shenanigans that is Times Square.
Naked Cowboy. How do I cancel my reservation?
I don't know. Please don't listen. They got a naked cowgirl too. I don't know. I don't know what she looks like.
Okay, I'll reinstate my.
Well, listen, listen. She ain't no Mama Wayne. I'll tell you that right now.
Ah, she's no Mama.
Nah,
oh man,
nah.
They all can't be Mama Wayne, man.
What is this? What is this? You're wearing a CM Punk t-shirt.
I always wear CM Punk t. I got so many of them.
Oh my goodness, Jesse is turning over a new leaf, man. Listen. Apparently, Jesse, he loved the comments made by Drew McIntyre on Monday about Larry the dog.
I think Drew McIntyre speaks the truth. The guy came out and he mentioned his wife April, beautiful, beautiful lady, but then he mentioned Larry, and I couldn't help but notice that he had a certain comment about Larry to make.
He's a handsome fellow, that Larry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Handsome fellow.
I had some people in my fucking timelines. Oh, all dogs are cute. If you don't like dogs, then you're an a-hole or some shit like that. Like, the dog is still ugly. You can tell yourself all the fuck. He's ugly. He's ugly. Not to me, I don't like dogs. I'm not saying I would punt him if I saw him. I'm just saying he's an ugly dog.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, bro.
Same way there are ugly babies. You people want to go around and act like all babies are cute. You know there's some ugly fucking babies out there, right?
Listen, man, I'm gonna have to dump you, man. You're trying to get brownie points from Drew McIntyre. Come on.
Hey, man. I'm just saying. You know there are ugly babies and there are ugly dogs. So.
Oh man, I tell you what, man. Speaking of ugly, the AEW build for Forbidden Door. Let's get into it. I don't really know what to say, man. I am feeling a lot of indifference right now, and there are some other people out there and some other people that do what we do, and they're going to tell you that it's a great show, and they'll be there, and they'll fake their excitement because they want to be in the good graces of Mr. Tony Khan and the rest of the roster. You know, thanks for the media passes, TK, being that I'm fucking 10 minutes away from UBS. Thanks a lot, bro. I'm kidding, by the way. They don't give a shit about my emails anymore, man. It's done and over with, bro. The Forbidden Door concept, man. I don't know how to feel. Some of you guys might like it, and I'm not sitting here telling you that it's going to be a bad show. You know, the Forbidden Door pay-per-view itself has been largely a great wrestling show. Some of the first Forbidden Door shows were some of the best AEW productions that they've done. You know, I was there for a couple of them. I was actually there for the first two in person. And I'm looking at the build now, Jesse, going into 2024's version of Forbidden Door. And though the show did what it needed to do tonight, it's not like Tony Khan, skimped and just, didn't really build anything towards Forbidden Door. It did what it did in the nature of the pay-per-view, in the grand scheme of the concept. But man, oh man, I feel like the whole pay-per-view itself is dying 1,000 deaths. I genuinely don't care about New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't. Outside of a couple of people here and there, We got everybody that we wanted here in the United States from New Japan. We got Okada, we got Jay White, we got guys like that over here. Will Ospreay's now over here.
Yeah.
Why do we need to care about what's going on in New Japan as far as this concept of Forbidden Door is concerned? I'm just having a very difficult time finding myself excitement going into Sunday. I'm excited for Swerve and Ospreay. I'm excited for, MJF to see what he does there as always. But I mean, outside that, man, the concept's fucking dead. I don't know what they can do to resuscitate it, but the concept itself is running out of gas.
Yeah, we talked about it off the air for a little bit, and that does make a little sense. That all of the talent that we will be excited to see coming out of New Japan, we've already signed them.
Yeah,
they're here full time now. So, I mean, New Japan is gonna need time to build up more megastars for us to care about stealing, I guess. But yeah, we have Okada, we have Jay White, Zack Sabre Jr., he's great and all, but, I'm not jumping over through any hoops to go see him. We have Ospreay. I mean, we have the guys here now that we would love to see. So it is a little bit harder to get excited about seeing who's going to come through the Forbidden Door. I think the fix would be getting more companies to participate in Forbidden Door. I don't know why it's written that the Forbidden Door is only open to Japan. There's other organizations out there that have top talents that a lot of people might have an interest in seeing a match from, so I don't know. Maybe that could pick things up as far as the pool of talent that we get to pick from when it comes to Forbidden Door.
Tony Khan, he brags about the partnership between AEW and New Japan. That's great. I am excited that wrestling companies modern day are working with each other, because when we were growing up, we didn't really see much of that going on. There was just a strict competition between companies, one company better than the other. And now AEW has opened its doors to New Japan over the last 3 or 4 years, and they opened their doors to CMLL and AAA, and WWE is now opening their doors to Impact Wrestling or TNA, and it's a great thing to see. I'm here for it. I like the unpredictability of it. I love that we are breaking down barriers that were, barriers that we didn't think were going to be knocked down as far as companies working with each other. WWE is also working with Rossi Ogawa and his Marigold promotion. But as far as the excitement here, bro, Tony Khan is asking a lot for me to get excited about Minoru Suzuki against Chris Jericho. And he's asking a lot for me to care about Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. He's asking a lot for me to care about fucking Ishii again. It's all the same cast of characters, and I know that they are going through some sort of rebuilding phase. I get it, but Tony Khan and AEW is certainly asking a lot out of a lot of people to care about week-to-week television and then care about seeing these matches. And I went on a fucking 40-minute rant over the weekend about the plummeting AEW ratings because of the rating that the show drew last Wednesday, which is a fucking red flag. I don't give a shit how you spin it. It's a red fucking flag. Big Bang Theory or not, it's a red flag. But the whole problem is, Jesse, these shows just lack emotion. There's no emotion from anybody. There's no emotion verbally from anybody outside of a handful of people. There's no emotion in any of the stories that they're telling. You could sit there and want great pro wrestling, but great pro wrestling is better pro wrestling when there is a story. It feels so hollow. It looks so hollow when there's no story, and that's what the Forbidden Door is shaping up to be. It's just a hollow pay-per-view, and you and I coined it as the All-Star Game. Once upon a time, I gave a shit about the fucking All-Star Game. I couldn't wait to see 7 or 8 Atlanta Braves players play in the All-Star Game. I'm sure you felt the same way about, whoever you like from the MLB. But nowadays, you couldn't catch me dead watching a fucking home run derby. I just don't give a shit anymore. And that's the way I'm starting to feel about AEW. And I feel like it either needs to be fixed or it needs to be dropped, because not only that, the lack of emotion, Tony Khan opens the forbidden door every other fucking month for someone else to come on in, a Mexican luchador to come on in, or someone from Japan to make a random appearance. How could the forbidden door be special if you open the forbidden door 12 months out of the fucking year? It's tough.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. It is hard to get excited about it when, like you said, whenever we want. They have such a good working relationship with New Japan. Whenever we want, at any given moment, we can see anyone from there pop up and, just be on AEW television. They're giving us, the luchadors from CMLL and everything else year round. We get those guys year round, So, I mean, you include them, it's kind of hard for us to look at it as a forbidden door. We were talking before the show. I'm really starting to believe at this point right now there could be no real absolute forbidden door show without including WWE to get that kind of excitement about. Now, I do like the comparison to the All-Star game. For me, it would be like the NBA All-Star game. The NBA All-Star game used to be must-see TV. It used to be I know people who didn't even watch basketball would tune in to the All-Star game just to see the excitement, man, and the dunk contest, the three-point shootout. It's all gotten lame. It's all gotten lame, man. It is nowhere near as interesting. None of the All-Star games are interesting, and it's not that we want them to go away. We just kind of want them to get that excitement back, and that's kind of how I feel about Forbidden Door. We need to get that excitement back in it somehow. I don't have the exact answer. I can just tell you that the excitement here is not there. It was great when it first happened. The concept was tremendous. The concept was something unforeseen, Now it's just par for the course. How do you reignite it? How do you get it back to where it was? But you have all of the stars here. So I would suggest venturing out. I thought working with TNA would be a fantastic idea. I could think of the dream matches, but you said the same thing I was thinking. Well, WWE wouldn't allow that, and that's one thing about WWE I don't like. They like to get what they want and then tell others what they can and can't do. You can't work with them if we're working with you. Why should that fucking matter to you? As long as they honor your agreements with you and don't, fucking skate on you and leave you hanging, why do you fucking care what another organization does? I mean, that's petty. That's fucking petty.
Now, you mentioned par for the course. Forbidden Door is par for the course in 2024, just like AEW television and week-to-week television is par for the course. They're basically throwing out whatever they want to on television with no rhyme or reason. There's no emotion in anything. And people, the fan base, the AEW fan base, they eat it up. And Tony Khan says he books for the sickos. That's great. I don't want to be a sicko. I don't want to be a sicko. I want to be on my couch enjoying creative, and I want to see stories play out in front of me. I can't pinpoint one fucking thing outside the open here that made me say, you know what, I'm slightly intrigued here. Because the open of the show could go in a variety of different directions. And then outside that, the show was a sinking ship from that opening segment with Daniel Garcia and MJF and Will Ospreay. There's no story on this show. Swerve, Strickland, and Will Ospreay. I mean, the only reason why this match is happening, for all the fucking clueless marks out there, the only reason why this match is happening is because Tony Khan needs to solidify Swerve Strickland's title run because it's been a fucking failure since he's won it. And a match with Will Ospreay is the only way for him to do that. That's the only reason. And Will Ospreay and Swerve in the main event is better than Swerve Strickland versus Tanahashi, or Swerve Strickland versus Naito, or Swerve Strickland versus Shingo, or whoever the fuck they were going to put in the ring with him. That's the only reason. He's doing this match now because he has to for Swerve. Nothing else would have worked. And the TNA partnership with WWE, you and I pitched this months ago, before WWE even sniffed a working relationship with TNA. That would have been a great forbidden door. It would have been a great concept if we had a revolving company come on in year over year. 1 year it would be New Japan. The next year it would be TNA. The next year after that would be someone else. But WWE is now sinking their claws into the TNA relationship, and they're not going to let go of that. And, call me a fucking conspiracy theorist, but Triple H has always wanted a working relationship with other promotions. Now that he's in charge, he's certainly going to go and venture and do that where Vince did not. And TNA was the only fucking likely promotion that was going to benefit WWE. They got a great roster over there. There's no shying away from that. TNA's got a great roster. They got a bunch of fucking great people over there. I don't watch it, but the roster is incredible. And WWE is going to tap into that. So not only are they using Rossy Ogawa as a feeder system, they're going to be keeping tabs on, when's Jordan Grace's contract up? When's Sami Callihan's contract up? Oh, man, when's Moose's contract up? And all these people are going to filter on into WWE, and eventually TNA will die. That's it.
Pretty much.
That's the whole cycle here. That's what WWE is using it for. But they're sinking their claws into it now because, again, call me a conspiracy theorist. I honestly think that Triple H and WWE knows what we know. The Forbidden Door concept in AEW is dying. There's nothing that Tony Khan can give us that's going to generate or spark interest here. There's no story. 1 year, it would have been great. As a one-off, it would have been great. Take a year off and do it every 4 years like the fucking Olympics. That would have been a better concept. But every fucking year, he has now killed the concept. He has now made it, just like everything else on the fucking show, emotionless and boring. And that's the vibe I got from tonight's go-home show. That's the vibe I'm getting from this entire card on Sunday outside the main event. You can't slight me for that. And Jesse feels the same way. That's the way I feel.
It's a lot like Hell in a Cell. It's like the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view coming every year, once a year at the same time. You know, you just happen to have it so that every year there's a feud worthy of Hell in a Cell. Now, that wasn't necessarily the case. So the concept is great. You know, the match is great, all that stuff. But getting it once a year religiously every year, it got kind of lame. It got kind of dull. And I think Forbidden Door has kind of fallen under the same category in that regard.
It has. It has. Outside of the open of tonight's show, there wasn't really a lot to sink your teeth into for AEW Dynamite. And I hate coming on here and complaining about AEW every week, but this is the nature of the situation right now. They are not in a good space. I genuinely don't give a shit who in that place likes me or Jesse or not. I love the fucking company. I want to see the company thrive. And for all the people saying, stop watching it, you're not a fan, I absolutely am a fan. And I said this, and I'm going to talk to Jesse about this off the air because he knows a little bit of it. You know, I had a conversation with somebody over the weekend, and it just goes to show you that no matter what, they won't listen to any fan criticism. And that's the problem now. And Jason and I talked about this last night on Tuesday Night Titans. They are in a place right now where they are not listening to fan criticism. And no matter what you say, no matter what you do, they don't care. They will continue doing what they want because they feel like they're putting on a good product, and the majority of the people feel like they are not. The only people that are left watching are the diehards, and that is it. And that's a sad state of affairs. You can sit there and claim that, you know, there wasn't the Big Bang Theory to have a great lead-in, or the lead-in numbers were really up, and the ratings were skewed, or something along the lines of whatever the fuck I was told over the weekend. No matter how you spin it, 502,000 people is a bad fucking number, and basically you're admitting that Sheldon Cooper is the biggest draw that the fucking company has, outside of all 800 fucking employees. That's a problem.
Yeah. Your lead-in is not what is bringing in or stopping wrestling fans from tuning in. You put on the right product, we'll tune in.
Absolutely.
No matter what your lead-in is. It doesn't matter.
200,000 people were not watching AEW at the start of last week's show, watching MJF and Roosh commercial-free, which you advertised a week in advance. You advertised MJF a week in advance, and 200,000 people on an ordinary week were left with nothing. They weren't there. Yeah. You didn't give them a reason to show up on Wednesday night.
Yes. Interest. Cliffhangers. It's episodic television, man. I really can't stand Eric Bischoff these days and his takes, but this guy is like a broken clock. It is right twice a day. sometimes you have to book and put on not only a great wrestling show but entertaining television. I mean, you gotta leave cliffhangers. You gotta let your storyline. We say all the time, and I want to clarify this for the talent back there who likes to complain and bitch because we say there's no storylines. Let me clarify what we mean by that. The storylines that you have are not interesting enough. Okay, we know there's some story, but when we say there's no story, there's nothing interesting enough to make us say, when your show goes off the air, I should be looking to call my friend and say, hey, did you see what happened at the end of fucking Dynamite last night? Holy shit, bro. I can't wait to see what happens next week. Should we watch Rampage and Collision? Yeah, because they might address it there. Good idea. As opposed to the show ending, it's okay, well, they won that match, and we'll see what happens next week. And then we get a couple of days go by, it's like, oh, you booked the match on Twitter. Look, we get to see this match on Wednesday. If television was booked like that with shows like The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Sopranos, nobody would give a shit about tuning in to the following week. You have to entertain the people you have in front of you, and then you have to convince them to come back. You need to give us something to make us want to come back. I mean, that is what you need to bring back the audience, not your lead-in. All right? We're not only watching you because Sheldon's on TV. We want to watch you because we're interested in what you're fucking doing. And if we're not, then we're just not going to fucking tune in. It needs to be consistently good. You can't be good this week, bad next week, and then wonder why the ratings were down on the third week. When you're good one week, and then good the second week, and then good the third week, people will say, Dynamite has been fucking killing it. 3 weeks in a fucking row. Let's tune in for the fourth. Holy shit, the fourth was fucking fantastic. Let's tune in for the fifth. Holy Jesus. I'm going to watch this every week. But when you hit a miss, tonight was a miss. You know, a couple of weeks ago, it was pretty fucking good. But when you give us a week like this, I'm not going to tune in next week. I'm not missing any fucking thing.
200,000 people that normally watch were not there last week. Yeah. Where the fuck did they go? There was no lead-in, but they claim that the lead-in number was substantial or just about where it needs to be going into last week's show. 200,000 people didn't fucking show up last week. Where the fuck did they go? They didn't miss the show enough to tune in. Nobody there seems to find that to be a problem. Give them a reason to tune in.
Yeah.
Story, emotion. Like Jesse said, there's no fucking cliffhanger. You're not giving people a reason to come back from the previous week. A great example of this is fucking Jacob Fatu debuting on Friday. Where's everybody going to be watching the if you're a fan of the WWE product, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be watching Friday to see what the fuck Jacob Fatu is going to do or what Jacob Fatu has to say. The Wyatts. Look at what the Wyatt 6 did on Monday. At the end of that Raw, all week, people were like, what are they going to do? How is WWE going to address this? What's going to happen next? Who's going to get murdered next? I don't give a fuck what the cliffhanger is. Give a reason for the people watching your show. Something to tune in. You gave them commercial-free MJF and Roosh. MJF is fucking the only reason why your fucking quarter-by-quarter hours are great when he's on. When he's off the show, God forbid he's not there. I can't wait to see when he's not on the show. We got 6 months of that, and you see where the fucking ratings were. Yeah. How does that make him look?
I can't wait to tune in to a Raw to see what's going to happen with the Judgment Day. I want to see if Dominic fucked Liv yet. I want to see if Rhea Ripley came back to fucking murder Liv Morgan.
This is what bothers me. I have been here with Jesse since day fucking one. I can count on one hand how many Dynamite shows we missed. It's probably less than 4 that we've missed altogether in the 5 years. You don't think us being here since day fucking one doing this live stream that you don't think we'd know if something is off? Out of everybody in this community that you deem, oh, I go to this person to watch AEW, I go to that person to watch AEW, you don't think, from my eyes, from what I've been able to do year in and year out on this channel, you don't think that I would know if there's a fucking problem or if something's off or if nothing or if something doesn't feel the same? What are we doing here?
Yep. I got friends who are casuals.
I find that to be offensive, honestly.
Yeah. I got friends who are casual watchers, him and his son. And when I talk to him and we mention AEW, the first thing he comes to me and is like, yeah, it's been fucking boring. I haven't watched it. Like, okay. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try to promote and try to convince him otherwise. I want to hear what he has to say. And his comments are, it's been boring. Nothing's been going on, so I haven't watched. That's what your casuals are thinking. We watch it every week because we're fucking diehard fucking wrestling fans. He's a casual wrestling fan. He likes wrestling. He likes good wrestling. But that's boring. He flat out tells me, I haven't watched it in a while because it's boring. I'll DVR it, and I'll skim through, and nothing's fucking really happening, so I just don't watch it. I'm like, oh, okay. I understand.
I know a lead-in is important. AEW told me specifically that their lead-in is very important. What happens if Big Bang Theory is not on TBS anymore? Or if AEW gets moved to a different network? Or if, God forbid, they're not with Time Warner for the next deal? What's your lead-in going to be? You're going to complain that the ratings low because you don't have fucking Sheldon Cooper? The lead-in wouldn't matter if you created and put out captivating fucking television for people to come back week over week. I don't watch Big Bang Theory. I never watch the fucking show. I don't care about the fucking show. You know when my television goes on? At 8 p.m. when I know Dynamite's on. I don't keep the TV on with Big Bang Theory on in the background. I'm not some old fucking geezer that just keeps it on and Grandpa fell asleep in his fucking rocking chair till fucking 9:30 and then realizes fucking AEW's on and then he gets up and goes to bed. Now, I don't do that. The television goes on at 8. The television goes off at 10 or 10:07 now because they're, for whatever fucking reason, we need a 7-minute overrun.
They had a lead-in from the NBA playoff once, and that didn't do much for the fucking ratings.
The NBA playoff lead-in did over 1 million viewers. And they tried to convince me that they saved it for Swerve because he won the world championship and they want the most people to watch Swerve as the new world champion. When he wrestled Claudio that night, that shit was near 400,000 viewers at the end of the night. So how many of that lead-in did you actually retain?
They all turned it off.
They didn't give a single fucking shit. Televisions were left on after that fucking game, and that's it. They went to go change the fucking channel when they realized, well, I'm not watching this fucking wrestling. Who watches this shit?
Yep.
Nobody knows who Swerve is. Nobody gives a fuck who Swerve is. And nobody gives a shit about AEW because you're not creating captivating television. The last time they created any captivating television with emotion was Sting. And Tony Khan this week said that was AEW's greatest night ever. And I would agree with him. That was a tremendous piece of business. And then the beginning of March, 3 of the best weeks that AEW has ever produced. Since then, the show has fallen flat on its face. 500,000 viewers is, you can blame it on whatever the fuck you want. Kendrick Lamar, you can blame it on the summer, you can blame it on whatever the case may be. We didn't have fucking summer season last year. You're blaming it on nice weather. You're blaming it on Kendrick Lamar. You're blaming it on fucking Olympic trials and college baseball World Series. Really, bro? Really? Why don't you fucking suck it up, admit that you're fucking up, and create some fucking stories? I guarantee you, if you give people a reason to watch, they will tune in and you'll start to see the ratings rise. I said this about WWE. The stock and this and that. You know, the stock is looked at and people, they base WWE success off the fucking stock. If you actually put on good television, and the stock now is where it is, but there was at one point or another, the stock was at like fucking $60 a share. You put on good fucking television and everything else goes up. Merchandise goes up, live ticket sales goes up, pay-per-view buy rates go up, the stock will go up. It all starts with good television. Create good television. That's all we want. This is boring. It's fucking boring, man. I don't give a fuck about Zack Sabre Jr. I don't. And there's no fucking reason why he needs to wrestle Kyle O'Reilly in a 15-minute match on Dynamite. I'm sorry. This is not what we want. This is not the fucking sickos that Tony Khan is breeding. We're not sickos. We're fucking human beings. We think with logic and common sense. You want that? Continue to be diseased, just like the Dynamite ratings, because they ain't fucking finding a cure anytime soon with shit like that. Ridiculous.
Gotta admit, I am kind of pissed that I missed that Kendrick Lamar concert for fucking Dynamite, man.
I didn't even know it was on.
I'm just saying.
Nor do I care.
It was really fucking good. I'm really pissed that I missed that concert for fucking Dynamite. All the criticism
is met with Oh, JD hates AEW. Jesse hates AEW. I mean, I can't say nothing to these people anymore, man. All it is them. Yeah, we're putting on good television. This is where the best wrestle. It's where the best wrestle for sure. The roster's incredible. I wish you'd go hire a fucking storyteller or writer. Can't say nothing to these fucking people. It's the cool kids club now. I only hear from people in AEW when I get angry. I only hear from people in AEW when the truth stings a little bit too much. When I'm positive about the fucking show, I don't hear a fucking peep.
Nope.
It's the fucking cool kids club now, man. All they want is sunshine and rainbows. All they want are people who want to fucking rub elbows with the roster and people who want to get in with Tony Khan. You got people out here with fucking sub-level fucking subscribers getting media passes, and then us. We've been doing this shit for 5 fucking years. Gee, I was there for the first 3 years. What happened? I grew a fucking brain and said, you know what? This shit is not the way that it used to be. Oh, they don't want you there anymore. Now, we got no use for you anymore. You're not positive about the show. We don't want this overwhelming criticism about what we're doing wrong. We want everybody to think we're doing things right. You're not. You're not. I'll continue to say it every fucking week. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to fucking rub elbows with people. You like what I do? Fan-fucking-tastic. I know people are there that enjoy what we do and enjoy our open honesty. But if you think I'm going to come on here and shill because, oh my God, it's great pro wrestling. No. No, we're not doing that. I'm way beyond that. Never did that with WWE. Never.
Yes. And you guys in that locker room, you know who you are. We know you're watching and we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Where do you want us to go, Jesse? Start the fucking show off. I'm done ranting.
Let's go with Mr. MJF, man. What are you going to do? You know, this segment to open the show, I got to admit, it kind of had me all over the place. I didn't know where the fuck this was going. It had me here, it had me here, it had me there, I didn't know if MJF was about to explode. I didn't know if they were just pandering for Daniel Garcia. Here's what I'm hoping, though. I'm hoping that they did not spend all of this time on Daniel Garcia tonight, and then they're going to go into it, you know, with Ospreay, and then they're going to go into Wembley with MJF just for September to come around, and Garcia is back with another useless stable doing his dance at the top of the ramp, and then we're not seeing him anymore. All right? If you want to tell me that you're putting some effort and some time and some money into Daniel Garcia, I say, let's see it. Fucking do it, because Garcia is fucking fantastic at what he does, all right? But don't kill it after a few weeks. That's all I'm saying. What happened to Action Andretti? He beat Chris Jericho on Wednesday night television. Where's he doing now?
I don't know. He's on fucking Ring of Honor.
You're going to push Daniel Garcia? Great. Follow through, okay? That's all I want to see about this situation with Daniel Garcia right now. You can't think about it, start it, and then pull back and stop. That's what got Wardlow where he is. Where the fuck is Wardlow?
Might as well fucking release him, to be honest with you, at this point.
Let him go over to Connecticut with his boy Ricky, man.
First of all, I wanna get this out of the way. AEW is claiming that Danny Garcia is working his way up the rankings.
Oh my God.
Whatever rhetoric, the creative, and I use that term loosely over there, whatever rhetoric that they want us to believe by Danny Garcia blurting this shit out tonight via his promo on MJF. Look at these people that he's beaten in the last couple of shows that he's been on. He beat, on May 11th, KM on AEW Collision. Don't know who that is, don't care. He beat Tate Mayfairs on Collision, June 8th. He beat Nick Comoroto, 6/12 on AEW Dynamite. And then last week, he beat Rhett Titus in 1 minute. He wrestled Rhett Titus in 1 minute, Nick Comoroto in 1 minute. He beat Tate Mayfairs in 3 minutes, and then he beat KM in 2 minutes. This guy's wrestled less than 10 minutes in 2 months, and he's wrestled the names that I just explained to you guys. And according to AEW, he's working his way up the rankings. So I get that Danny Garcia is going to be a focus in this, and good for him. But if you want me to believe in Danny Garcia, where's the big victories that I'm supposed to believe? Danny Garcia won these matches and then got a championship match. How the fuck am I supposed to believe that? Oh my God, he beat Rhett Titus. He deserves a shot at Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
Well, what are we, like, this is simple fundamentals of pro wrestling. Give me Danny Garcia against somebody worth a fucking shit and have him beat that person and then have him do that over a string of weeks, and then maybe I'll make a determination that he's ready for Will Ospreay. How the fuck am I supposed to look at this and say, you know what, Danny Garcia, I think he's the right guy for Will Ospreay? He's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
We know that he is as far as his in-ring work. Don't get it twisted.
Yes.
But it's not just about the in-ring work. You've treated Ospreay like a megastar, and you've treated Garcia like, let's just say, a subpar megastar. But you want us to believe that they're equal in the ring, and their characters are not, okay? So you have to make us believe that.
So MJF is out there, and gee, I wonder why they had MJF start the fucking show. He opens the show, and yes, he's from New York, but we're in Buffalo tonight. He enters the ring, and all of a sudden, Danny Garcia immediately interrupts, and Danny Garcia is from Buffalo, New York. He enters the ring, and he's got a leather jacket on, just like MJF does, and MJF told Garcia, listen, I'm glad people love you, but tread lightly, okay? Garcia said MJF got involved in his business last week. He helped him, and now he's in Buffalo. Everything in Buffalo is my business. That's why I'm out here. He told MJF that he thinks maybe he was going to say something bad about Buffalo and perhaps about his family sitting front row. He got in MJF's face and said he's going to do something no one in the back has ever done. I'm going to say nice things about MJF. MJF got excited. He said, go on, go on. Garcia talked about MJF's long AEW world title reign and said he made history. He said MJF told him that he saw him as more than a sidekick or a background player and that he could be a pillar in AEW. He said MJF talked to Tony Khan and got him to agree that if he got enough wins, he could get a shot at his title. He said when he did challenge MJF for the title, it was one of the most embarrassing moments of his life. He said that loss motivated him, though, and he went on the run of a lifetime and had one of the greatest runs of matches AEW has ever seen. He said now he's someone the fans can respect and believe in. Garcia says he doesn't see himself as just a pillar, but the backbone, the workhorse, the very foundation that the future of AEW is built on. He thanked MJF, but said if he talks shit now, he's going to look two-faced and he'll have the whole city of Buffalo coming for his head again. MJF looked at Danny Garcia, and he took exception to being called two-faced. Me, two-faced? Maybe just a little bit. He says he didn't come out here to talk trash to Buffalo. Says he came out here to shill for Forbidden Door. And he goes over who he's wrestling, and he goes over where he's going to be in the weeks to come. And then he says, done shilling. He also said he was going to ask Garcia to come out here anyway because he had a question for him. He got in his face and said, thank you. He offered him a handshake. He said, no one has ever publicly talked about the nice things he does in the back. He says he knows why, because he's a top guy in his 20s. He's very rich. He's very handsome, and that makes people jealous. He said those guys in the back think they deserve his spot, but they're talented enough to beat him. If they're talented enough to beat him and take his spot, do it. They can't. He says he sees Garcia as someone getting closer and closer to where MJF is. Says he didn't give him a title shot against him out of pity or because he's a second or third generation superstar or because he has a friend in a high place or because he made his name elsewhere and jumped into my company and expected a title shot just because. He says he gave him the title shot because he earned it. And then he fist bumped Garcia. MJF said Garcia reminds him of himself. Two rough, cocky, undersized kids with talent who are from New York. He said every morning guys like us have to splash water in our face and say it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. He says they have a lot of bark and a lot of bite. He said when he gave Garcia that massive opportunity, with all due respect, I whooped your scrawny little ass without breaking a goddamn sweat. He said since then he's grown exponentially and gotten stronger and faster and smarter. He says he didn't run from the grind. He is the grind. So he said maybe it's time he got one more shot at the king. And then MJF said something that I did not anticipate coming out of his mouth. He said, MJF versus Danny Garcia, Wembley Stadium, at All In. Garcia got excited. He was pumping his fist, and Garcia said that's huge. All of a sudden, Will Ospreay comes out. He jogged out with the international title. Ospreay reacted to the Ospreay chants because he's big. He's over. He said he loved the way Garcia has been winning match after match. He says he's winning faster than he lasts in the bedroom. And he leaned into the camera and apologized to his missus, but says he's doing his best. I actually cracked a laugh out of that one. He told Garcia that next week he gets a shot at the International Championship. It will be Will Ospreay versus Danny Garcia at AEW Dynamite Beach Break. He offered to sweeten the deal. He said he will also be putting the World Heavyweight title on the line, too. A title that he has not won yet. He offered a handshake. Garcia shook his hand and agreed to the match. So, all during this MJF, Danny Garcia promo, Jesse, when Ospreay's out there, MJF is in the corner, and he's got one foot propped up on the bottom turnbuckle. He's leaning against the turnbuckle. Just angry facial expressions from MJF. He did not care for Will Ospreay to be out there. He did not want to be upstaged by somebody that he, MJF, claims he is better than. Ospreay's out there and he upstaged MJF. Title match is made for next week. And MJF told Garcia, that's great. Go focus on that opportunity for the International Championship. And he wished him the best of luck. He left the ring, and Garcia was left wondering if MJF had rescinded the offer for All In at Wembley. And MJF walked up the ramp and walked out of the heel, or walked back into, rather, the heel tunnel. At the same time here, backstage, Swerve and Prince Nana were watching on a monitor. Swerve said it's just like Will Ospreay to go out there and offer a fucking title match before he wins the title. He says that's just like him, and he doesn't have the strength to carry the weight of two worlds on his shoulders. Make sure you show up focused for our match later tonight against the Gates of Agony. Listen, this segment, it went 20 minutes. It was a tremendous piece of business. I thought this was a great open. There was a lot of what I felt was missing from AEW television here, emotion in this. I want to start with Danny Garcia, Jesse, and get your take on Danny Garcia. You said that all of a sudden now Danny Garcia is on television and they are expecting us to care about Danny Garcia. But honestly, what has AEW done in the weeks or months before this moment to get us to care about Danny Garcia? They really haven't done much to make me care or believe in Danny Garcia. So in my honest opinion, as far as he is concerned, him being in this big spot, they're already getting off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, no. If they had a plan to get to Buffalo tonight and put Garcia in what I can only see as the biggest match of his career,
yes,
against MJF at Wembley, I would think they would have started this train rolling weeks ago with promos and interferences and confrontations to had it build to this moment where we're talking about Garcia saying, well, we'll wait till we get to my hometown and something like that, man. Just start the train way before Buffalo and make Buffalo a culmination. So then the crowd will be even extra hyped when Garcia comes out, because for the last few weeks, you've been training all these people to think that Garcia is going to come here and change the game in his hometown. And he's going to come in and make an impact. So there should have been lots of anticipation for a Danny Garcia to come out and confront MJF, where he was going to essentially end up with a huge headliner match against MJF at Wembley. But you started this train tonight, and like you read off earlier, he hasn't done anything to make us care about him being in a match against MJF at Wembley.
Zero.
Nothing. If that was your plan, to put him in a match against Max at Wembley, the Danny Garcia train should have been rolling a long time ago, at least a couple of months ago, building to this moment. And it just started, and it kind of fell flat. I mean, again, we're not talking about the in-ring work. You tell me Danny Garcia is going to go one-on-one with MJF, bro. and I'll sit down and grab my fucking popcorn and watch the technical match that it's gonna be. But as far as being excited about it, I can't. I'm more excited about Max and Will Ospreay because you've treated them both like stars.
It's very, very fundamental, very simple, very basic. I don't understand how fans, Tony Khan, his team, doesn't understand this. You presented, and listen, I have to preface this because I feel like everybody's got a fucking, everybody's made out of fucking Jello here. I mean, you're just so fucking soft. I don't want to take anything away from Danny Garcia. Nope. Tremendous professional wrestler. Tremendous. Yep. But who is he? He's got no character. He fucking goes out there and dances. You presented him weeks before this as the guy that goes out there and dances. You presented him tonight at the same level as Will Ospreay and MJF, and you want me to be on board with a potential because MJF said it, and we tend to believe everything that comes out of MJF's mouth because he's the only fucking guy there with any real emotion because he wants a match with Danny Garcia at Wembley. You want me to all of a sudden take this and embrace it? No. It doesn't work that way. Danny Garcia hasn't been treated at the same level as an MJF and Will Ospreay for anybody to care about him. This was made on a whim. This was made because Tony Khan realized, hey, I pushed everybody else. Let's give Danny Garcia a shot at Wembley Stadium. No, it doesn't work that way. You don't wake up one morning and say, yeah, I'm going to put Danny Garcia in a marquee match at Wembley Stadium. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for him because he hasn't been presented creatively that way. And it doesn't work for MJF. And again, please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. Take nothing away from Danny Garcia. This is so beneath MJF for Wembley that it's fucking laughable. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And again, if you want to go pound for pound, best in-ring workers in all of AEW, I got Danny Garcia in my top 5. No bullshitting. Ring, bell to bell, Danny Garcia can go. But it's about more than that. Breaking Bad was one of the better TV shows. Very well written, story told very well. Lots of people loved it. Now imagine if the series ended with Walter White, Heisenberg, no longer being a drug kingpin, and instead they're going to start the next series with his son, Walter Jr., being the new meth kingpin. Now, if you watch the show, you would know that sounds absolutely fucking ridiculous. Nothing about the entire show led us to believe that Walter Jr. could possibly be the next kingpin because that's not the story you told throughout the damn series. It's kind of the same thing here. You want Danny Garcia, you want us to believe he's a main eventer in the lights of MJF and Will Ospreay, but that's not how you've been treating him beforehand. You got to make us believe that he's on the same level of these two guys by the way you've been booking them. And again, like the results that you've been telling us, that's not what they've been doing with Danny Garcia.
No, Danny Garcia, listen, coming out of the Continental Classic would have been the ample time to tell this story. And they had him doing a bunch of other shit, teaming with FTR against the House of Black, going after the TNT title, wrestling Copeland, and then wrestling Christian Cage. I mean, I get that he's been in several aspects of different stories or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but it doesn't really add up to getting a match with MJF at Wembley. First of all, I don't even know why MJF is meddling in this fucking mid-level garbage. I mean, the first order of business for MJF should have been like, I want in the Owen, I want my world title back that I never lost. He got fucked.
Yeah.
So you're already
I'm
again. You're
I'm focused on. Yes. I'm focused on main eventing.
Yes. Really. No reason why. No explanation from MJF creatively why he's not in the Owen. Yeah. But then you got people. Oh, yeah, it'll be too difficult to book a tournament with 8 of the top guys. What the fuck you got a writing team for?
Tell us a story.
Tell us a story, man. Why isn't Samoa Joe in the fucking tournament? You don't think he wants a title match? He's there fucking dicking around with Shibata. Who gives a shit? Danny Garcia needs purpose. Beating Rhett Titus is not going to make me believe, hey, man, I think we should put him in the ring with Will Ospreay. No, it doesn't work that way. So you're already off on the wrong foot. So MJF and Danny Garcia. I said this on social media. We're not getting this match at Wembley. What I took from this is that Danny Garcia wants to continue to work his way up to be at the same level of MJF. Does he beat Will Ospreay next week? No, he does not. Will Ospreay's not losing because I think Swerve is beating Ospreay at Forbidden Door. There's no fucking way that Tony Khan is going to have Will Ospreay lose back-to-back matches on AEW television. No way, Jose. So what I gather from this, Jesse, and this is a possibility, do we see MJF get involved at Forbidden Door in the main event and cost, with his attitude tonight, walking away, kind of feeling upstaged because he thinks he's better than Ospreay? Does he cost Will Ospreay the championship at Forbidden Door?
Nah, I don't see that happening. They've already booked MJF with Danny Garcia at Forbidden Door. So having Max that involved in a Will Ospreay match, when do we pay that off?
MJF is wrestling Hechicero at Forbidden Door. What are you talking about? He's
No,
not wrestling Garcia.
Danny, not Forbidden Door. All in. My bad.
That match is not. That match is not official.
Oh, it's not. They said it. I'm assuming it's official.
MJF versus Danny Garcia at All In?
I'm assuming that's official.
No, I think this leads to MJF and Will Ospreay at All In.
Then why is he offering the match to Danny Garcia at All In?
Beats me.
I'm of the belief we're getting Max and Daniel Garcia at All In.
Because he sees big opportunity. He sees a huge upside in Danny Garcia. I mean, it's up for interpretation why he gave Danny Garcia that big stage.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Look, I get why you want to keep MJF away from the world title picture right now. I do. And it makes sense. But it doesn't make sense with the story you're telling us. Max just came back, talked about how all these people claim to be the best while he was gone. Well, now he's back. And now he's back. Now he wants to wrestle Roosh and Hechicero and Danny Garcia. It would seem to me that Max would be the guy to come back and say, I want my fucking title back.
Yes, I don't understand the illogical booking of that, but this is leading to MJF and Will Ospreay at All In. This is not leading. There's no fucking way that Tony Khan is booking Danny Garcia versus MJF at All In. There's no way.
If I'm reading from the book of Vince McMahon, the Vince of bookers, you're not going to go out there and talk about a match and then not give it to the people. So that's why I'm of the belief that we're going to get Max and Danny Garcia at All In.
Bro, the story is MJF got upstaged and overshadowed by somebody he feels deep in his heart he is better than. Will Ospreay's claimed he's the best wrestler in the world. MJF says he's the best wrestler in the world. How do you think MJF feels by being upstaged by somebody who he thinks is better, who gloats around and goes around saying he's going to be the world champion, he's the best in the world?
Yeah. JB in the chat just says, if JD and Jesse can't figure this shit out, then what chances do other people have?
I mean,
it's a
it's
good
not,
fucking point.
There's nothing to figure out. It's MJF and Will Ospreay at All In. What the fuck are you talking about?
They told us it's Danny Garcia.
It's not happening. There's no fucking way. I would quit this fucking show if that happened.
They said we're getting it, man. Now,
if MJF and Danny Garcia happens, I will publicly apologize to Denise for every fucking comment I've ever said.
Oh, this is okay. So now this is already a better storyline than what we're giving us for Daniel Garcia. Now I really want to see this match. Now I want to see this match. This is already a better story than what they're giving us with Garcia. But so look, Ospreay is being a little bit of a dick here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He is. He's being a little bit of a dick. He's coming out. He's trying to upstage him. He's poking the fucking bear. You can tell if you're on the outside of MJF looking in, you can tell he's trying to be on his best fucking behavior. So why go out there and make him look bad and try to upstage him? I mean, Ospreay's being a dick. So eventually I can see Max cracking and getting pissed off and then going after Ospreay. But all of that is going to lead to MJF having to turn heel again. So what do we do there? Are we going to turn him back to heel?
Well, MJF is walking into enemy territory in Wembley. There's no way he's going to be a babyface there.
Oh yeah, I mean
the only way you could walk out of Wembley with both of them saving babyface is a handshake after a great fucking 30-minute match.
They can try it, but it will divide the crowd. It'd be best if he just goes all in, just straight up fucking dick MJF. That would be best. But we don't have to worry about that because we're getting MJF versus Danny fucking Garcia.
No, we're not. No, we're not. The only way that happens is if Tony Khan is bringing in Ricochet and he wants to fucking, pinch a tent in his fucking suit and do Ricochet versus Will Ospreay at Wembley. That's it. A triple threat between MJF, Danny Garcia, and Will Ospreay? No. No, thank you.
I'm telling you, man, there's 3 people in that ring tonight, and they were all talking about things
what does that
like
accomplish?
Titles. Nothing.
What does that do for Danny Garcia?
Well, that puts him in a fucking fantastic headliner match at all.
As a loser. Nobody's going to be talking about him coming out of
He is going to lose. He is going to lose.
Come on.
It feels like he's going to lose no matter who he faces between those two guys.
Listen, it very well could. I mean, the chances are fucking slim to zero, but it could happen. But we could get Ricochet versus Will Ospreay. I'm just thinking out loud. We could get Ricochet versus Will Ospreay. We could get MJF versus Danny Garcia. We could get Swerve versus Adam Page. I don't know. Who knows if Adam Cole's going to be ready by then? I don't know. We could get Adam Cole and MJF. We don't know. And a rematch from last year. But what I gather from this opening segment is MJF and Will Ospreay, collision course for Wembley, without the World Championship being on the line because Swerve is going to win on Sunday. And he needs to win. I don't give a fuck what happens. Swerve needs to win.
Yeah. So maybe they are giving him an out as far as how Swerve wins. Maybe Max helps.
So I thought this was a great open. This was, unlike AEW, they don't usually open the show with a 20-minute talking segment. They go right into the action, which is a little hollow. And there's no emotion in that. I would much rather see something like this that plays into a bigger story or plays into something that stretches out over the course of the show that leads to the main event. I like when they do this. I want to see more of this. Yes, it's a very WWE-esque thing to do, but if it makes sense, it's great pro wrestling. It's great pro wrestling television, so I want to see more of that. So outside that, I thought this was unpredictable. We got both of us asking questions and potentially going in different directions. I think this was a thumbs-up segment. It accomplished what it needed to do. The only problem I have is please don't start presenting Danny Garcia as if he's an equal to MJF or Will Ospreay. You've done nothing to put him on TV to make me believe that he is that. So we got to start working on that. Like Jesse said, we started this tonight. Like this should have been built over fucking months of television leading up to something like this. But this is what AEW does. They book by the fucking seat of their pants. It's an issue. It needs to be fixed. But I thought this was a tremendous opening segment. Jon Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta against Shingo, Takagi, Titan, and Hiromu Takahashi. Again, I have to ask people in the chat, do you care? No. Now, this was the first time that this match was taking place here in AEW, and this is a big deal to some of the fucking New Japan marks out there. Me, couldn't give a single fucking shit about this, man. LIJ wins in 11 minutes. I think it was by disqualification. The referee called for the bell here. Shingo and Mox had some stiff exchanges in the middle of the ring. Takahashi came back against Yuta, who got a lot of offense. Moxley entered with a chair and started bashing Takahashi with the chair. And the referee called for the bell. All 6 guys brawled as the bell frantically rang. Then we got a Tetsuya Naito video playing on the screen. Naito walked out. And he was very, very deliberate and slow to get to the ring. He started undoing his suit one layer at a time. And before he got into his fighting gear, Moxley met him in the middle of the aisleway. They start brawling. And they start brawling into the crowd and into the back. They brawled near the entrance. And we had Takagi and Yuta were brawling. And Brian was on commentary. Danielson, at the end of all this, entered the ring and faced off with Shingo to sell their match, which is the first-round match at Forbidden Door for the Owen Hart Cup Foundation tournament. Again, some very basic, very fundamental selling here, Jesse, for the Forbidden Door. We got Moxley and Naito. We got Brian and Shingo. Outside that, I mean, Is there any reason to care here? No.
Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews got married today.
Get out of here.
No, man.
How do you know that?
Fightful is reporting. Got married.
Oh, my goodness, man. Now we know why Buddy was written off television. There you go. There you go. And Dominic, man, it looks like he needs to find a new mommy. Legitimately.
Well, now they're just one big foursome because Dom got married first.
Yeah, but Dom has Liv chasing him down.
Yeah, Dom is winning, man.
Dom is winning at life, yes.
Dom is winning. Congrats to Rhea and Buddy, man. That's fantastic news.
Love Buddy Matthews. So great. So underrated as well.
Yep.
I don't care about this. I mean, if you're a New Japan guy, great. Have a fucking blast. Me, couldn't give a single shit. Jay White out there with Juice. Austin
Juice.
Gunn and Colton Gunn. Yes, everybody loves Rock Hard, Juice Robinson. Jay White against Ray Fenix with Alex Abrahantes and Penta out there. Everybody that was on the outside, they got kicked out of the ringside area. Rick Knox finally did something in all 5 years that actually made sense. He got rid of everybody because there was nothing but chaos on the outside before the bell rung. He kicked everybody out of there, and we got a one-on-one match. Wow, man, how difficult is it to keep your AEW referees and officials looking smart? Love to see it.
Yeah.
Jay White advances. Decent match here. I thought this was better than decent. This was very good. Jay White's always good. Jay White's fucking great. Ray Fenix is always great. This was pretty predictable, Jesse. There was nobody that was looking at the brackets here that was looking at Jay White and him losing this match. Honestly, love Ray Fenix. Absolutely nothing disparaging to say about Ray Fenix, but let's be real. Ray Fenix in a world championship tournament with the #1 contendership on the line for Wembley Stadium. Great athlete, great pro wrestler. Don't think he's there yet at this point this year anyway to be in something like that. I'm going to plant my flag in that mountaintop on him. Jay White wins. Blade Runner for the win, 1, 2, 3. He advances, and now he wrestles, Jesse, the winner of the Jeff Jarrett and Wild Card match that is taking place next week at Beach Break. And I know a lot of people were, JD, about the Jeff Jarrett take that I had. Salamonster and I talked about this last night on TNT. You guys want our full thoughts. He's okay with it. I'm okay with it, but I'm going to be very blunt with you guys. The promo and the vignette, I don't know if you've seen it, Jesse, was great. It was great stuff. The unedited one, 9 minutes. Go out of your way to watch it. I mean, that's the type of emotion we need for AEW television. But
yeah, I think it's awesome. It came right after I suggested it too.
Yes. That's how it usually works in AEW. But I will say this. You got people out there claiming, Jeff Jarrett needs to win the tournament. No, he's not winning the tournament, and he doesn't need to win the tournament. He's not going to win the tournament. But no matter how great the promo was, Jesse, he still doesn't belong there because you and I came up with 9 different scenarios where he could have been included in the tournament or been a part of something alongside the festivities of the tournament. Jeff Jarrett being in a tournament to crown a #1 contender at the biggest show of the year with their largest audience at All In for the world title is laughable. I don't give a shit how you cover it up with the smoke and mirrors and bullshit and the vignettes and the crying and the emotion. He doesn't belong there. From what we've seen of him and his group, he doesn't belong there. Where is Samoa Joe? Where is MJF? Where is other world champion caliber performers that are not a joke on television? Where are they? That's my point.
They would rather have Jarrett in there to be one and done in the tournament, losing in the first round to Hangman, rather than having him be some kind of master of ceremonies over the tournament, some kind of commissioner over the tournament. Maybe a special commissioner just for the tournament matches. Escorts Martha Hart out. Just something to make him a centerpiece in the tournament from the Hart family. I mean, Martha could have appointed him the commissioner of all of the matches in the tournament, and because he was Owen's partner, something that would have made his participation overall in the tournament linger and be special without being a wrestler, I think would have felt more hands-on for Jeff Jarrett to be involved in the tournament.
Absolutely. I am not backing away from that stance. I don't give a shit what anybody there thinks. I don't give a shit what the fans think. I mean, you got fucking idiots out there claiming he should win the tournament. Like, what are you smoking, man? Why? Yeah. And not everybody needs to win the tournament because it's a feel-good fucking story. And I said this last week. I'm going to reiterate it again this week. 8 minutes, 9 minutes, crying, the emotion. He's Owen's former partner. He loved Owen. I don't give a shit. He doesn't belong there in the tournament. And what you're telling me is, all right, the tournament is good enough the way it is. We could give away one match and a predictable outcome as long as it's a feel-good story. For the number one contendership for Wembley and All In, you think you could go and give away one of the first-round matches as a nothing match. So, theoretically, we have 6 guys in the tournament instead of 8 competing for the World Championship.
Yeah.
Man, that speaks important for Wembley. Man, that speaks important for the world title.
I don't see how this is paying homage to Owen from Jeff Jarrett. I would rather him be in something a little bit more instrumental than just going out and having a match and then losing. He's not, even if he wins this match, he's not winning the tournament. Unless he's winning the tournament as Owen's partner, having him in the tournament. I'm not going to put him in the tournament to lose. And then tribute that to Owen? You fucking lost.
Bro, he's wrestling Adam Page next week. Let's be real. Adam Page is the wild card. The Young Bucks even alluded to it tonight, saying that, the wild card, we're going to handpick the wild card, and he's going to bring the title back to the Elite. Gee, I wonder who the fuck that is. You are going to put him in the ring with Adam Page. You don't think the outcome should be Adam Page fucking buckshot lariating this guy in about 3 seconds? Come on. You fucking serious? Jarrett is going to stand the chance against Hangman, a returning hungry, angry Hangman who looks at Swerve and wants revenge for the world title.
Man, I swear to God, MJF doesn't want.
Yeah. Yeah, let's put Jeff Jarrett in there because he's Owen's best friend. Yeah, but MJF, who should be and want to be the world champion, we'll just bypass that for some fake fucking bullshit. Fuck out of here. Oh, JD's insensitive. Going based on this, on what we've seen on television, bro. He does not belong there. Make the next fucking vignette 20 minutes long. Why don't we dedicate the whole fucking show to Jeff Jarrett to tell us road stories about Owen for 2 hours?
I'd love that.
It'll probably be better than what we got tonight, for sure.
I would love to hear some personal experiences that Jeff has to share with us about Owen that we've never heard before. Be better than watching the death of WCW for the 400,000th fucking time. That'd be a great fucking show. Book it. Sit Jarrett down with Renee Young and have her, Renee Paquette, and have her ask him all kinds of shit that he did with Owen. I fucking love to hear that.
By the way, guys, the Elite did not fire Hangman. They fired Kenny. They suspended Hangman. So for all the people claiming, didn't they fire Hangman? No, they fired Kenny. They suspended Hangman. People tell me I don't pay attention. What are we doing?
You gotta watch all of the shows, bro.
You gotta watch Rampage, man.
You gotta watch. If you watch Rampage, you would know what happened to Hangman.
After the match here with Jay White, Bullet Club celebrated. Christian Cage came out with Mother Wayne, Nick Wayne, and Luchasaurus. The two factions exchanged some words, and we have a trio championship match on the horizon. Aren't they both heel factions, bro?
Yes. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Listen, I love Christian. Love Christian, love the patriarchy, and fans were chanting, he's our father in the arena tonight in Buffalo. But besides all that, they are both heel factions. Who exactly am I supposed to cheer for here?
Oh, well, the crowd is going to turn Christian Cage babyface because he's doing the best work of his fucking career.
Great.
Which is not what you want. You do not want a babyface Christian Cage. You do not. So I didn't understand why these two factions were facing off. I'm glad you pointed that out because I was getting ready to. So that makes no sense. Who am I supposed to cheer for right here? These guys are both trying to be fucking heels. Christian Cage is doing, in my opinion, the absolute best work of his entire fucking career right now. And it's as a heel. So I don't want him out there with the crowd chanting he's our father. No, he's an asshole, man. But he can't be an asshole when you have other assholes in the ring and they're squaring off. I didn't understand this dynamic at all.
And you think Christian Cage is going to willingly accept the fans cheering him? I mean, the guy cuts the fucking crowd down no matter what city he's in. He's not going to be he's not going to be a baby face because the fans want him to be a baby face because they want to cheer him. He's going to be a dick even more so. Great.
Yep.
The Young Bucks claim that they have decided to insert their own wild card into the Owen Adam Page. That's who it is next week. If it's anybody else, I'd be shocked. Max Caster and Anthony Bones, the Acclaimed, made their way to the ring with Daddy Ass. Stood in the middle of the ring, did the Acclaimed. Fans sang, "Scissor me, Daddy, oh, scissor me, Daddy." And they are talking about him and Max, Anthony Bowens, him and Max, have been discussing when to issue the challenge and when they face off next against the Young Bucks. When it happens, they'll win the titles. Said everyone loves the Acclaimed. Then they told Buffalo to throw the scissors in the air. He was then interrupted by Kazuchika Okada and the Young Bucks on the top of the ramp. Okada has a microphone. He says, hey, scissor me, bitch.
Okada has been here, fucking a couple of months, and he's managed to learn one new word of English. And it's fucking great.
That's all he needs?
Love it.
Scissor me, bitch. Matthew told him, thank you, Rainmaker. Told the crowd to be quiet, shut their mouths, which led to everybody booing the Young Bucks. He told them to have respect for the EVPs. Nicholas challenged the Acclaimed and Gunn to face them at Forbidden Door. What is this now? 13 fucking matches for the pay-per-view?
Oh, man.
It looks like, guys, I tell you right now, man, it's going to be a game-time decision. If Tony Khan has 13 fucking matches for this show and we get into the 1 a.m. territory on Monday morning, no way. No way. So we got this thrown out there. I don't know if it's official. Billy said the fans think they suck. He said he'd like to kick their asses by himself. He says he is a big deal. He knows people in high places. Says he knows the president. Tanahashi then appeared on the big screen, and they aired highlights of him in New Japan and him in AEW. He said he's coming to Forbidden Door. So he said Okada and Tanahashi have a long history. So he clarified, Excalibur did, that Tanahashi would team with the Acclaimed against Okada and the Young Bucks at Forbidden Door.
I thought Tanahashi lost both of his knees at this point.
You couldn't pay me to give a single shit, bro. I don't care.
Oh, my God.
The Acclaim beat the Young Bucks last week in a eliminator match. They are not beating the Young Bucks at Forbidden Door. Again. No way. Okada and the Young Bucks will get the victory. And then they will retain the titles. And then they're going to go into Blood and Guts. That's what's going to happen.
And I thought Tanahashi retired to be president.
He did. No, he didn't really retire, but he's president / in-ring competitor.
He's still working.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Renee Paquette interviewed Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly backstage. Briscoe says he has 2 shoulders and only 1 title, so he wants to add the TNT title to his collection. O'Reilly then started imitating Briscoe's promo style, and Briscoe then cut a promo on Zack Sabre Jr., who was facing Orange Cassidy at Forbidden Door. Briscoe and O'Reilly left. Cassidy and Renee chatted briefly. And the production was so bad tonight, audio-wise, that I could not hear what they were saying.
Me either.
Jesse, too. Don't give a single shit. I don't. Again, this is where we get to the part of the show, guys, where nothing really matters. It's just there. It exists.
If this leads to anything except Kyle O'Reilly turning on Mark Briscoe and finally going with his buddy, then I won't understand where this shit was.
I don't know why it has taken this long. I don't know. Whoever in creative, and I use this term loosely in AEW, thought, gee, man, you know what the fans would like? A singles run from Kyle O'Reilly.
No. No. we
You
don't
guys
wanna
didn't get
see-
enough of that in NXT. Huh? You thought it was going to be good here in AEW? Give me a fucking break, man. The wheels should already be in motion, man, and that fucking truck should be pulling into the rest stop. O'Reilly should be back with the Undisputed Kingdom. If that even makes a fucking difference, it won't. But that's where he should be.
That's where he belongs. We love Kyle O'Reilly. Seeing him in a singles run, I don't want to see Matt or Nick in a singles run. I don't want to see Anthony Bowens or Max Caster in a singles run. I don't want to see Kyle O'Reilly in a fucking singles run. I want to see him with Roderick fucking Strong.
Yeah. Absolutely. Don't know what the Undisputed Kingdom is doing, but till Adam Cole gets back, don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Saraya, Anna Jay, and Harley Cameron versus Toni Storm, Mariah May, and Mina. Mina, man. Mina Shirakawa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You see her dancing at the top of the ramp?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
It's great stuff.
I got very smiley at that point.
Great.
That's part of the show.
I bet everything was at attention for you, right?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
What does Damian Priest say? All rise? Oh, yeah.
All rise.
Oh, yeah. No blue chew needed.
Mina has entered, man. You know, all of this I was talking about before, last couple of months about this being the summer of the women in AEW. It's not quite getting there because no one has fucking come back yet.
No.
But we did get Mina.
We do have Mina. Yeah.
That's a nice little addition. I'll take that. But we do need some returns. Now, if they're not ready, then fucking disregard. But if they are able to, what the fuck are we waiting on with Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter? What are we doing?
I don't know. Maybe she don't want to come back.
Look, maybe this, maybe that. I don't know. But if they're ready and they're not back yet, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Maybe Tony Khan has her buried so underneath his other toys in the toy chest, he forgot that she's employed.
Need to get these women back. Deonna Purrazzo just kind of fading away.
Nothing. Hey, man,
Waste.
I signed Deonna Purrazzo just to have her.
Yep. But don't worry, we still get...
Ooh. Oh, yeah, Mercedes, yeah. Listen, Tony Khan was interviewed by WGN Radio today, and he made the claim that he thinks AEW has the best women's division right now in all of wrestling. He said this, and I quote, "I think right now across the board, everyone thinks this is by far the best wrestling in the history of AEW in the women's division, and I think we have the best women's wrestling in the world right now. There's more competition and more talent in the AEW women's division than there's ever been, and more big matches. I think by far, 2024 has been the best year of the AEW women's division, and I give so much of the credit to timeless Toni Storm, the world champion, Mercedes Mone, the TBS champion, and a lot of other great wrestlers like Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale."
No. He has the best roster on paper with the women. On
Creatively? No.
paper.
No.
Yeah.
That's where it matters, bro. Creatively, on television. Where is it? I don't see it. That comment is null and void.
Yeah.
Seriously, has Mercedes made a fucking difference per storyline from what we've seen on television? Zero. Nothing. Timeless Toni Storm is carrying this division on her back, and this is the story that's driving the division. And right now we're coming to a conclusion with it going into Wembley. After that, my question is, what's next? Where's it going after that?
Single-handedly.
Yeah.
We need more Statlander.
How can we claim that the women's division is the best in all of pro wrestling right now when we see a revolving door of the same women every single week? It's Mercedes, it's Willow, it's Chris Statlander. Love all three of them. It's Mariah May, it's Toni Storm. It's great. But we need to see others. And I'm not talking about fucking, let's hide, Deonna Purrazzo on Rampage or Thunder Rosa on Rampage. Fuck out of here with this nonsense, man. You got women like that on the roster. They need to be on Dynamite. Tony Khan, this is something, he goes out there and makes these one-off comments. But still, we only get one women's segment per show every single week. If you wanted real change and you really wanted to back that comment up, we'd get not only the World Championship program being presented on the show, but we get something else being presented on the show as well that's not for the World Championship.
Yeah.
Where is it? How many times have we seen that all year? We've seen it here and there with Chris Statlander and Willow, which is great, but we haven't seen that enough. That's what we need. You can't make comments like that.
No. On paper, if everyone was fucking healthy, then yes, you would have the best roster of any company. Now, like you said, just because you have the best roster doesn't mean you have the best division. You also have to book them correctly. So when you get back to full strength and then you give them some great fucking creative, then yes, AEW will have hands down the best absolute women's division in the world. But it doesn't come off like that right now. None of it comes off as like that right now. Too many injuries, too many prolonged injuries, not enough interest, and the only star in your women's division right now is Toni Storm.
I don't know how you can make a comment like, I know Athena's hurt. I don't know how you can make a comment like that when you have Jamie Hayter who's not on television. You have Camille who signed and still has not made her debut. We have Britt Baker sitting at home somewhere watching us, I'm sure, at some point. Hi, Britt.
Hi, Britt.
We miss you. We miss you. Britt Baker's not on TV. Who else is not on TV that I'm forgetting?
Jamie Hayter.
Athena's hurt. Jamie Hayter. I mean, how could you say that and leave these women off television?
Yeah.
Come on now.
You're doing nothing with Serena Deeb. I don't get this Serena Deeb thing.
Hikaru Shida's off television. Where the fuck is Shida? She's in the tournament. Great. She ain't winning.
No.
But this match, it sold the last bit of piece of business that we need to go into Forbidden Door with. You know, what's happening with Mina? She loves Mariah May, and so does Toni Storm. And the match led to a post-match situation that should play out very interestingly at the pay-per-view. We got Toni Storm, after a commercial break, she made the hot tag. Hip attack on Saraya. Shirakawa tagged herself in. Cameron hit a backstabber on Shirakawa to get a near fall. So Shirakawa hit her glamorous driver, and Mina got the win. After the match, Mariah May offered both women, Toni Storm and Mina, some glasses of champagne. They all danced, and Mina goes and gets the bottle of champagne. My type of woman, man. She finishes her drink and wants a second. Great. She loves her cold beverages. Mina, there's plenty of champagne in the beer garden, okay? We can get you whatever you need. She goes to hit Toni with it. Toni ducked, and Mariah May took a champagne bottle to the face. Toni Storm was furious. Referees came out to assist Mariah May, and that is the last piece of sell for the pay-per-view. Now, this was a little awkward. Apparently, Mina went to go hit Toni. Toni moved out of the way, and Mina kind of stumbled there with the bottle, and it was well before Toni moved out of the way, and she still hit Mariah May in the head with it, even though she was looking at hitting Toni. But the sell for it, Jesse, I'm excited to see where this story goes. I'm excited to see how Mariah plays out in the Owen, because I do think she's going to win it and then challenge Toni Storm for the Women's Championship at the pay-per-view. What did you think of this, and are you excited about Toni and Mina at the pay-per-view?
I'm excited to see whatever Mina is doing. Let's start right there. If it feels like they're getting ready to give Toni Storm a full-fledged babyface run, and maybe have Mariah side with Mina, and they both turn on Toni Storm. That seems to be the logical way that this goes. It makes the most sense.
Yep.
You get to branch off Mariah May. She's been saddled with Toni for a while. It's time for her to break off. Give her Mina. Mina does need an English-speaking handler, I would say. And it makes sense. And plus, but wait, do we have Mina full-time, or is she just here for the time being?
I am not sure. If I was to make a guess, I think she's here just for Forbidden Door.
Oh, that would suck, because we want Mina, okay?
Yeah.
So, but that seems to be the way they're going to go. They're going to turn and have Mariah May turn on Toni. I don't know how Mariah's heel game is, but it's better be damn good, because Toni Storm's gonna make a damn good baby face in this role. The crowd has already turned her baby face. It appears that what they're doing is just giving the story reason for her to be full-fledged baby face, which I do appreciate. But let's see how everyone plays the role. I'm not sure how Mariah can do in the heel role, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm interested.
We got a video package hyping Mercedes Mone versus Stephanie Vaquer for the TBS title at Forbidden Door. We got footage of Mone's surprise appearance in Arena Mexico last Friday. Mone said that she wasn't afraid to kick the Forbidden Door down and get the title that was meant for her. Vaquer was offended that Mone was very arrogant and said that she would become the double champion at Forbidden Door. Spoiler, folks, Mercedes is not losing at Forbidden Door. So Mercedes was there. She was in the back. She said she went to Mexico to see Stephanie defend her title, but Vaquer was nowhere to be found tonight. She heard that Vaquer has a match on Collision against Lady Frost. Gee, man, that's going to get me to watch Collision. Woo-hoo. And that TBS champion, Mercedes Mone, will have to be there to see it firsthand on TNT. Fantastic. Lady Frost, man.
Yeah. Not that interested.
No. Learning Tree. This is where the ratings just take a fucking nosedive into the toilet.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. How you doing, guys? Oh man, the Learning Tree, my branches. He's got the big redwood, Big Bill, and the bad apple. Brian
Not getting over.
Not getting over.
It's not getting over.
How could you look at somebody and nickname them the bad apple and still expect them to be over? And I love apples. They came to the ring. Keith's arm was in a sling after Samoa Joe, Katsuyori Shibata, and Hook jumped him on Collision. Big Bill said that Keith was out for Forbidden Door. Oh, man, I'm fucking sorry. I can't order the pay-per-view now. The bad apple's not going to be there.
No.
Joe and Shibata and Hook took advantage of that by challenging them to a trios match at Forbidden Door. Jericho took the microphone after saying that he was here for the young boys to enter the Jericho Vortex.
Okay.
He's here for the young guys, Jesse.
Yeah,
after what we've seen this week, please, no more. Leave the kids alone, okay?
Yeah. That segment doesn't hit the same here as it does in Japan.
No.
We gotta translate that.
Yes.
Better.
Jericho says they found another partner who was one of the toughest men in Japan. We got a video airing, and he introduced Minoru Suzuki on the screen, but he declined the offer to team with Jericho. He wanted to wrestle Jericho one-on-one for the FTW title. Jericho was surprised to hear this. After the video ended, Joe Shibata and Hook walked out. Joe said that this was awkward and that the Learning Tree didn't have enough branches. Shibata held up his phone to say Jericho sucks. Jericho then pushed Joe, leading to a fight, and the baby faces cleared the ring. So we're getting the Learning Tree against... Well, actually, no. We get what is the match at Forbidden Door? What is the match here? Are we getting Suzuki versus Jericho at Forbidden Door?
I thought we were getting the branches and Jericho versus
or are we getting Jericho and Big Bill versus Hook and Samoa Joe? What are we doing?
It's the tag match and then the singles match, and then look, man, we don't even know what Max and Danny Garcia are doing.
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't fucking know. I thought it was gonna be the Jericho's Learning Tree versus Hook and Shibata and Joe, but then I don't know. Don't know.
I don't know.
Good thing the pay-per-view is not for. Oh wait, it's this fucking weekend. Okay, all right. So,
bye guys. That's what I wish he'd say. For good. Zack Sabre Jr. against Kyle O'Reilly. Oh God, man. Oh man. Listen, guys, if you enjoyed this, man, listen, man, God bless you. God bless you, man.
wow.
If you enjoyed this, man, you are definitely one of the sickos, man. I am not a sicko, and I want to be 100% fucking, not a sicko. I want to be healthy. This shit sucks. I'm sorry. There's literally not an iota of a shit I could possibly care about this. No. And the crowd in Buffalo seemingly didn't give a shit either because they don't care. They don't care. Zack Sabre Jr. is a great pro wrestler, man. He's not my cup of coffee. He's not.
Yeah.
Say it every year. His match with Bryan was fucking fantastic. But Bryan is just on another... Bryan is Bryan. Bryan is on another level. And you can't have a bad match with Bryan Danielson. You can't have a boring match with Bryan Danielson. But
No.
Zack Sabre Jr. is fucking just sleep-inducing fucking boring, bro. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's the build for Forbidden Door that needs to be improved a little.
Chat, do we care about Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. at Forbidden Door? No. No, we don't. But for the sickos care.
The sickos.
People ask me, JD, you going to Forbidden Door? No, I'm not. No. Why would I go to a show that's going to be fucking 5 hours long, bored out of my mind, with no story? And why would I support the company anyway, man, when they've blackballed me and blacklisted me? Fuck them.
I looked up the ticket prices. They got to be out of their damn minds. Bro,
they got
not even resale. Not even resale value.
Dude, they got a good crowd. They're going to have 9,000 or so there. Anybody want to look up the attendance numbers for last year's Forbidden Door?
I don't know.
Attendances nationwide are dwindling for AEW. Somebody look up the attendance figures for last year's Forbidden Door. I'm very curious. Actually, I'll look it up now. Let's see.
Was it here? What was it last year?
Chicago?
Yeah. No,
Was that where it was?
No, we hit the first one.
AEW Forbidden... No, it was in Toronto. Oh,
Toronto.
Yeah, it was in Canada. Yeah.
That's right.
Forbidden Door 2023 attendance. Let's see.
24?
15,000 people.
15. There you go.
15,000 people. This year they got about roughly 9,000. That's not a red flag to you.
You got a few days left.
The fuck is a few days going to do?
Again, the face value of those ticket prices, man.
That's a problem, yeah. They're greedy.
Come on, man. I mean, no, man. No. I'm sorry.
You know, I'm going to be very interested to see what the attendance figures are for Blood and Guts. Honestly, that's their staple every summer. Right now, the ticket sales are looking very dismal for Blood and Guts.
Where is it?
Tennessee.
Oh, well, what the fuck, man?
Memphis. Yeah.
Well, if they can't sell them in New York, I mean, what are they going to do in Memphis?
It's a big wrestling town, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Better than New York?
No, it's not better than... Nothing's better than New York or Chicago.
Chicago? But you can't sell them in New York. How are you going to do in Memphis?
I don't know. They had about 4,000 tonight. I mean, it was a lot of crowd tonight for the most part. At the end of this match, Gabe Kidd and Roderick Strong had a bit of an argument in the crowd. Cassidy came to the ring. Strong and the Kingdom checked on O'Reilly as Sabre and Cassidy stared at each other. Shane Haste and Robbie Eagles came from the back to back up their stablemate, Zack Sabre. Tomohiro Ishii came to the ring to back up his friend Orange Cassidy. Meanwhile, Gabe Kidd hopped on the apron, yelling at anybody who would listen. And we got a tense stare down as everybody was looking at each other very menacingly. Oh, man. I can't wait to not give a shit about this.
I don't know who any of these people are, man.
Don't care.
I know Roderick. That's about it.
Oh, they're in Nashville. I'm sorry. Listen, man, you can't sell in Nashville. You got a problem.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett, right?
It's AEW's wheelhouse right there.
But Jeff Jarrett, the headliner.
Main event time. Thank Christ.
Woohoo.
Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay against the Gates of Agony. This is Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. This was the Can They Coexist? Ow. We got two of those tonight. Mina and Toni had to team up in a coexist tag team.
They did not coexist.
No. Nope. Neither did Swerve and Ospreay.
Nope.
Very predictable. I mean, I don't really understand why anybody thought going into this match that Swerve and Will Ospreay were going to lose. We got a commercial break. After the break, Strickland fought off the Gates of Agony. Toa Leona yanked Ospreay off the apron. Swerve went for the tag. Gates of Agony hit a double main event spine buster. Strickland evaded a shotgun dropkick. That sent Khan into Leona. Ospreay got a hot tag. Hits a double handspring kick before getting a near fall on a standing shooting star press that looked a little wonky, but he got it. Toa Leona cut off Ospreay on the top rope, allowing Bishop Conte to top rope jackhammer for a near fall. Strickland barely broke that up. Strickland sent Leona to the floor before hitting the swerve stomp on him outside. Ospreay hesitated a tiger driver with Will Ospreay wanting to do it, and then Swerve on the apron yelling at him to do it. This led to an incidental or accidental boot from Ospreay to Swerve. Toa Leona caught Ospreay with a big pounce for a near fall. Strickland came back in with a boot to Bishop Khan, and that was meant for Ospreay, but we got Ospreay and Swerve working together towards the end. Leona was too strong to take down with a poison Rana. Strickland's boot sent Leona over the top rope. Leona kicked out of an Os Cutter, and then Strickland popped Khan's arm. Ospreay hit the hidden blade on Toa Leona for the 1-2-3, and they did, in fact, win the match and coexisted. After the match, they did not coexist. Ospreay snatched the world title from Strickland again, and this time Strickland dropped him with a house call right to the face as the show went off the air.
So,
did we need this match
announced?
Oh yeah, who?
Willow Nightingale and Tam Nakano versus Chris Statlander and Momo Wannabe.
Who? Momo?
Yep.
Momo.
Yeah.
Sounds like she should be coming out of the fucking Ringling Brothers backstage area, man, with fucking Cloud. Oh, Momo. Who the fuck is Momo?
I don't know. 0 hour. There you go.
Zero shits.
My God.
Why did this main event need to happen? Does anybody question this shit?
Because they have to coexist, bro.
Didn't Swerve distance himself from these guys? Didn't he beat Brian Cage a couple weeks back? Didn't Will Ospreay tell Swerve not to mention his family, but Swerve mentioned his family not once but twice, and they're teaming up tonight? Why would Will Ospreay want to be anywhere near this guy?
I would have kicked his ass.
This is the type of shit I'm talking about, man.
I would have kicked his ass, but but that's just me.
Well, listen, man, we're getting Momo at Forbidden Door. Where do you see this announced? Twitter?
TK posted it an hour ago on his Twitter wall.
Let's see. Momo, Tony Khan. Let's see. Surprised I'm not blocked.
Give it a minute.
Momo Watanabe.
And look, they're probably fantastic wrestlers. They probably are legit.
I don't want Tanabe here.
Yeah. They are probably legit fantastic wrestlers, okay? Seriously. But we just don't know who they are. We don't know.
Who the fuck is Momo, man? How could you fucking possibly give a shit? How?
No, she's kind of cute.
It's great.
She's no Mina.
She's no Statlander.
She's no stat, man. What the hell?
Momo Watanabe. I don't want a Watanabe in this review. I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. Jesus Christ. Let's fucking get through the super chats, please. Jesus Christ. Thank you guys for being here tonight, man. We really appreciate you. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you got some good discussion out of it. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Do the same exact thing for Jesse. Go follow him on social media. You see his @ right there on the screen. And make sure you guys subscribe to his YouTube channel as well, as I linked his channel down below in the description. Hit that thumbs up. We got 652 likes. I would love it if we could get to at least 750. And if you guys missed any of the content on the channel, there's plenty of it, including last night's Tuesday Night Titans episode 54, where the Solid Monster was fading as he was exhausted last night on business in Connecticut. No, it's not for WWE, but
sure,
he will be back in his regular habitat next week with a little bit more rest, I presume. So go check that out.
What if he's out there for a new part-time gig for the
no, man? Like, not to do what? Is he gonna twerk with Sexy Red?
No. I mean, maybe he's gonna evaluate their ticket sales or something. You never know.
Well, who knows? Anyway, let's get through these super chats. We're going to start at Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. Good day, JD and Jesse, OTS fam. Hope all is well. Thank you, Michael. Gold Standard with a $5 super chat. I feel bad for MJF having that cringe promo with Garcia. OMG, AEW is becoming so embarrassing. Hooligan, why did they get torched? AEW getting torched made my entire day. Who's torching them?
You.
Me? Me making fun of Momo. Is that bringing a smile to everybody's face? We could use it after this week. Michael Loden with a $10 super chat. I wonder what the elitists' excuse will be for the ratings tonight, seeing that they got their main draw, the Big Bang Theory, back as their lead-in tonight. The NBA draft, Step Brothers. What else was on tonight?
Draft was bored. Ronnie James didn't get drafted.
Thank you, Michael. What the excuses will be, I have no idea. Jason Barker with a $5 super chat. Open your eyes. What do you see? Jesse wearing a CM Punk shirt like Mussolini and Kennedy.
Yeah, I bought these fucking shirts. I'm not fucking wearing them. Right?
The cake with the 31 months tonight was the most AEW has felt like itself in a long time. I can't wait for Forbidden Door. It's going to be a great show. I don't know what the fuck you watch, Cake. I thought last week's show was better. Jason Barker with a $10 super chat. But JD and Jesse at Forbidden Door will see Tomohiro Ishii and Minoru Suzuki, man. Yeah, great. Like we haven't seen them the last 4 fucking Forbidden Doors.
Yeah.
JP 5150 with 45 months. If I could sum up the entirety of the AEW product in one word, it would be lifeless. No appeal, no passion, no real reason to watch. Yes. Michael Loden becomes a new member. Thank you, Michael. What the fuck are you drinking? Wrestling Bro 91 LOL. I don't want to be a sicko. Same. I consider myself normal in the head and just want great wrestling with great stories to supplement. Yes. JW Universe with a new membership. What the fuck are you drinking, JW? CLR Beatbox. $10 super chat. The problem is that wrestling isn't a real sport. It's a story-driven fight. If there's no story behind it, I can't suspend my disbelief and get invested in the characters of the storylines. Boom. That's it. Elizabeth McConkey with a 279. She leaves me a bloodline finger in the air emote. Thank you. Wrestling Bro 91 with a 499. Whenever you bring up the ratings, people say, why do you care? Shouldn't we all care? Because we want the product to prosper and grow. Am I nuts? You don't have to care about the ratings. They have no bearing on what we think of the show. It's just, I'm calling attention to the problem as to why they are in the shithole that they're in. Because they shouldn't be where they are.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the ratings. And my stance is the product sucks right now. So, for those of you who do care about the ratings and want to, talk about ratings, and if the ratings come up, I'll let you know if that coincides with what I'm thinking about the product. If the product still sucks and the ratings are great, I'll sit here and say I don't care if the ratings are great. The product sucks.
Yeah.
But usually those two things kind of come together. The ratings are great, and then usually the product is great.
Yep. Joseph Gonzalez with a $4.99. The problem with AEW is it's owned by nerds, headlined by nerds, written by nerds, booked by nerds, and marketed towards nerds. I can't take it seriously. Well, gee, tell us how you really feel, Joseph. Elizabeth, thank you for the $3.99. Appreciate you very much. Michael Loden with a 5. The only cliffhanger AEW has is what the excuse will be each week when the ratings are low. Man of 1,005 holes with 33 months came on to say I was wrong. I thought in 5 years AEW would have at least 1 million watching. It's a dump now. TK only cares about pay-per-view ratings. Well, the way he makes a big deal about the fucking television ratings, he cares about TV ratings, but he doesn't care to book good TV. Michael Loden also says Sheldon Cooper versus MJF at Forbidden Door. Yeah, that would be a draw. Edward Liu with 34 months. I missed Dynamite for the NBA draft, which is supposed to be bad this year. And for my TV backlog and VO auditioning, sounds like I didn't miss much. You didn't miss anything, Edward.
I'm looking at the top couple of players drafted in the NBA draft, and they're from France. What is it with France and basketball? They had the #1 pick last year.
So what?
We usually get our #1 picks out of college here in the States, but now they're from France?
You can play ball, you play ball. Doesn't matter where you are.
How come we can't produce better basketball players is what I want to know. I'm not saying don't draft. I'm like, why do they have the best players and we don't?
Thank you, Edward. Snowman Khan with a 279. Can't believe that Drew does not criticize AEW. Well, that's him. Feel like I'm at an AEW. I'm at an AEW Cool Kids party every time I see people praising the product when it's knowingly fucking bad. Here's what it is, man. People like what they like. Wolf Dragon Monster Den with a $5 super chat. Does TK even care anymore? No, he doesn't. Sometimes I wonder if it's not hate for AEW. It's hate for the state of It's hate for the state of AEW. Yes, it should be better. Justin with a 499. Besides MJF, did I miss anything on Dynamite tonight? I didn't feel like watching this show on my 34th birthday today. Brother, you didn't miss a fucking thing. Basic with a 499. We have to drink bigger than... Or we have to think. You can see where my fucking head's at. I need a drink. We have to think bigger than Garcia. This was probably done to ignite a feud between Ospreay and MJF and push MJF into the title scene. Yes. Absolutely. Bid Moon with a 499. JD is the new GOAT. Love it. We the ones. Thank you, brother. Keith Hobson with a $20 super chat. You know, I wanted to say falsely that this show was great, but this show sucks. With WWE going to Netflix uncut, Toni better sign a contract. OTS for life. Well, he better start producing better television. Quickly. Bradley Robinette with a 199. It's 11 matches, but still a long pay-per-view. Is that all? I think we're 5 over the limit, Bradley. We're 5 over the limit. We don't need an 11-match pay-per-view. I'm sorry. Say the same thing every fucking month. When they had 4 pay-per-views per year, fine. Now that you got 9 pay-per-views per year, 10 pay-per-views per year, they want to push it to 12 per year. 11 matches every month is not going to cut it. I'm not saying you got to do the 5 pay-per-views, the 5-match pay-per-views like fucking WWE does. 7 is a good number. Mr. Team Bring In with a 199. What is the best AEW match that you've seen? I mentioned this last night. We talked about this last night. Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. And if there was another one, MJF versus Bryan Danielson Iron Man match.
Until Forbidden Door when we get Momo.
Yeah, Momo. Yeah, can't forget Momo.
Wait for it.
MGM Bowling with a 499. The best part about O'Reilly's match tonight was O'Reilly's auto parts commercial during Picture in Picture. Y'all are saints for covering this. Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. But we still have 2,400 people in here. People clearly care to watch us shit on the show.
Bro, I'm going to put you on the spot right here in front of 2,400 people.
Yeah.
What are we doing for the meet and greet for this weekend, man?
There is none.
There is none?
No meeting.
What the fuck, man? I thought we were doing a meet and greet or something.
AEW treating me like a second-rate citizen, man. Not really doing anything AEW related, man, until they get their act together.
Nah, we got to put together something at a bar or something, man.
Triple M with a $2 super chat. Another week. No buried bloodline. Why, Doc? Why? Man, I had buried bloodline drop for me in like the first month or so. That's crazy.
I can't get it. I'll farm it with you, Triple M, man. I need one too.
Yes, I am very disheartened about what happened to Dr. Disrespect, man. I really am. It actually bothered me quite a bit, honestly. But it is what it is. What are you going to do?
The fact that he did what he did, right?
Yes.
I mean,
yes, you look up to people and then they have that fucking behavior.
It's shitty, man.
I mean, clearly, people, listen, man. Again, I say it about the characters that we watch on TV, man. The characters that we watch on TV, it's always about the fucking creative. Like, the characters are the characters. We welcome these people into our homes, weekly, daily at times. And to have someone like that I take great influence from, and a lot of what I have made this channel, what he did for the gaming community was it will never be duplicated. But look at what we did here. He's a direct influence of that. His behavior is disgusting. What do you want me to do? I don't want to believe it. He was dropped by Turtle Beach. He was dropped by the 49ers. They're not working with him anymore. He was dropped by his own gaming company that he started and founded. His character likeness has been removed from NBA 2K24.
It should be. Look. I really am a firm believer in second chances, and you apologize, and we move on and we get over it. Messing with underage children is where I draw the fucking line. And maybe it's just because I'm a father, I don't know. But that is just where I draw the line. That because you didn't have to do it. It was preventable. It wasn't like it was a drug and you couldn't stop. It was preventable. And you don't mess with someone else's children. I'm sorry. There is no forgiveness for me when it comes to stuff like that.
Listen, Jesse speaks from experience. I don't have kids. So, I can't give that point of view. I just see it from a different perspective. Like, it's just fucking weird. Like, I don't know, like a 40-year-old man messaging a 17-year-old girl. It's fucking weirdo behavior. Like, why are you thinking that, knowing that you're in the position that you're in and what you've achieved for yourself? Why do that and literally fucking throw everything away? It's stupid.
I can't. I saw somewhere in the States, somewhere in this country, where they were trying to pass a law to legit castrate a man who's convicted of a sex crime like that. And I'm going to sit here and tell you right now, me having a 14-year-old daughter going into high school, I'm all for that shit. I don't fucking care, man. I mean, it's not fucking right. I have a daughter going into high school, getting to that age where other fucking creepy ass men will be looking at her. I will fucking put a bullet in your fucking head, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is not cool. Don't mess with somebody's children.
It's crazy because it's weirdo behavior, and I know I'm waiting for the one comment to seep into the chat one of these weeks. Look at JD. He copies Dr. D. Dr. D is a P word. No, that don't bring that to my fucking chat because I took influence from Doc. I don't want to see that. You'll be banned forever if you bring that fucking type of attitude into what I do here. That has nothing to do with Guy Beam at all. Yeah. Guy Beam, who plays Doc, the character, it's disgusting behavior. But, there is, listen, the whole story isn't even fully out yet. We just know what Doc did. And we know based off what he said yesterday, and we know based off what the ex-Twitch employees, put out there publicly. Do I think that they had a hit piece on him? Do I think that they wanted to intentionally ruin his career? Yes, I do. Is his behavior disgusting? Yes, I think it's disgusting, and nobody should be, soliciting that type of behavior. Do I think he's a pedophile? No, I deep down, I don't think he is. But we don't know. We don't know what his intentions were. He said that it was leaning towards inappropriate, but no, we didn't meet. We had no plans to meet. I mean, bro, the guy already cheated on his wife, so you know where his instincts were going. Like, we don't know what his intentions were. He says it wasn't going to happen that way, but no, we don't really know. But the thing is, a lot of people are like, did she tell him how old she was?
He is married with a kid.
Yes.
There is absolutely zero reason why he should have been having a private conversation with someone of her age for any fucking thing. Much less he admits that it started to turn fucking sexual.
Yeah.
No. There is no leeway for shit like that with me. And no, JD does not support anything he has fucking done because he did not know him personally. He did not hang out with him. He did not take part in any of that bullshit. And we are not responsible for what he fucking did. I mean, he let a lot of fucking people down. He let a lot of people down. And it sucks that those people are disappointed. But what sucks even more is that child that he was messing around with and their family, man. I mean, that shit is unacceptable. completely unacceptable. And I'm not a fan of cancel culture, but when you talk about kids, cancel his fucking ass. He's lucky he got canceled before that fucking dad caught him and fucking killed him.
Who knows what's going to happen to him? He promised he'll be back after a long vacation. I don't know. Listen,
I don't know.
I don't know if he's going to be able to come back from this. I don't. He's going to try. He's done it before, but this is not the same severity as him cheating on his wife and having an affair with somebody. This is fucking a 17-year-old child. And we don't even have the full story yet. But no, I don't agree with what he did. I don't. And I'm very disheartened about what happened. It's someone that you watch weekly and invite into your home, and then obviously me and my channel, I take great influence on what he created, and I wanted to apply what he did in this space. And to see that, it's like, why? It's bothered me for the last 48 hours. It really has.
It sucks, dude. It fucking sucks. For me personally, it was like when I found out that Hulk Hogan was racist. It really just fucks with your childhood and your memories and shit. It really does. It just fucks with it, man. Because you want to appreciate what he did for you as a child in wrestling, but then as an adult, you know how Terry Bollea actually feels, and it fucking sucks, man.
Yeah,
it fucking sucks.
Yeah, I know you guys. Some of you guys are joking. Get rid of Red Skies. I'm not going to get rid of Red Skies. Some people might want to not hear that, but I don't support his behavior. I don't, and it's just sad. That's all I have to say there. Triple M, no buried bloodline. I'm sorry, bro. I wish I could have the success I've had with buried bloodline with all the other dungeon exotics. I still don't have the last dungeon's exotic, the fucking trace rifle.
Fidelity?
No, I don't have that either.
I thought you got that from the what's name raid though. You didn't complete it.
No, what did I get? I got what the fuck is it called? The Crota one. I got the Crota exotic.
Oh, the Necrochasm?
No, not Crota. Taken King exotic.
Oh, which one was that one?
The scout rifle?
Yeah, I don't know. I need 5 more of those fucking oversoul essence for my Necrochasm.
Yeah, me too. I haven't done that. Mr. Noob, Jesse, you going all the way to New York and not going to see Momo? Well, Probably a better decision to sit in the hotel room and watch with some second-rate pizza. Tell him to cut it into squares. Great work, boys. MGM Ballin, $1.99. Orange versus Zack Sabre Jr. might be my bathroom break at UBS. I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. Pedro Rivera with a new membership. Thank you, Pedro. Hiru, take it easy on my Stardom girls. And Tam and Momo, JD. Yes, they are fantastic wrestlers. Touch of malice. There you go. Creator J with a $9.99. The Rock is rumored to appear this Friday SmackDown on the Bloodline segment. Holy shit, I can't fucking wait. Oh, great. I might not even be covering SmackDown because I'm going to be in Atlantic City with my family. Fuck. Hopefully it doesn't come back. I may have to do a live stream on Saturday.
Mr. Man, they'll be in Madison Square Garden, man. I'll be in New York. I've never been to MSG.
Yeah.
Thinking about it.
Mr. Team Bring with a $1.99. What was the moment you got into wrestling? WrestleMania, I would say WrestleMania 5 was my first WrestleMania. Savage and Hulk Hogan.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Yeah. No, what was that? That was WrestleMania 5 was Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Recruit. Yeah, Savage and Hogan WrestleMania 5. Yep. Mr. Noob with a $10 super chat. Jesse, you going all the way to New York City? And okay, we just read that. There you go. We're done. Getting the hell out of here. Thank you guys for a great stream, man. Appreciate you. Trey Lindsay with the 2 months. Glad to be 2 months in the venue. Now AEW related, not AEW related, but have you realized Dom hasn't been wearing his wedding ring like he used to?
It's probably not good for storyline.
No. Paul Van
I
Tassel.
expect Rhea Ripley won't wear hers either.
No. Paul Van Tassel with 42 months. My dad passed away from a vehicle accident earlier today. Man, holy shit. Paul. I am very sorry to hear that, brother. Hopefully you are well, man. I hope you are holding up well. Thoughts and
Triple M,
prayers.
hit me up.
Thoughts and prayers to Paul Van Tassel in the chat. Please, Paul, take it easy, brother. Anyway, guys, we're about to get out of here. Appreciate you. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go check out all the content on the channel, plenty of it. And please, hit that thumbs up. Strive for 1,000 likes tonight on the AEW Dynamite post show right here on OTS. Guys, take it easy. I will see you when I see you. Might not be live Friday. I will keep you guys posted. Until then, have a great Thursday. Enjoy your Thursdays, and I will see you back right here with more on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.